Hey there, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. Today we are feeding our sweet tooth. This is a little bit overdue due to other stuff going on at the moment. But this one is called Raspberry Galette. It's an easy pastry dish that you can serve with ice cream. Bit of sweet but a bit good because you're at least eating a fruit, right? So here's what we need. It serves 6. We're cooking it in the oven, 200 or 180 fan forced. I'm doing 180 fan forced because my oven's psycho. But anyway, come on in and I'm going to talk you through the ingredients. Okay, so the great thing about things like this is you can get your pastry out of the freezer, go and do something else, come back, especially when it's not winter, peel that off, that's ready to roll. Okay, so all you needed to do for this was get a tray the same size as your pastry, line it with baking paper, and just pop that on, peel that off, and we're done. Normally I'm not a big fan of the frozen pastry, but sometimes that is the quickest way to make a dessert. So that's your first piece of your first ingredient. 1 sheet of frozen short crust pastry. 250 grams of raspberries. Either go fresh or go frozen. Frozen was half a packet. They're not cheap, but that's half a packet. So they're still a bit frozen, but they're fine because they're going to cook in the oven. 1/4 cup of caster sugar. 2 tablespoons of plain flour. 2 tablespoons of hazelnut meal. Now, last time I needed hazelnut meal, I couldn't get it. I can't remember. No, it was Woolworths. Sorry, my mistake. I got this one in Woolworths. Very expensive, but last time I couldn't get it, so I'm keeping that almost under lock and key. Not really, but anyway. 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. I will measure that out when we're ready for it. 1 egg, lightly whisked. That's in the cup. 2 tablespoons of demerara sugar. Now, if you can't get demerara sugar or you don't want to buy it because you're never going to use it again, just go with brown sugar, okay? And vanilla ice cream or ice cream of choice to serve. So that's still in the freezer. All right, now that you know what we're doing, let's go. Okay, so it's telling us to get ourselves a medium bowl, but do you know what? It'll all go in here. All right, so into said bowl/jug, raspberries, caster sugar, which was your 2 tablespoons, your 2 tablespoons of plain flour, your 2 tablespoons of hazelnut meal, and your vanilla essence. So before I put the vanilla essence in, I'm just going to try and give this a bit of a stir. I probably have found out now why it said to use the medium-sized bowl. But the main thing is just to make sure that your raspberries are coated. All right, the vanilla is going to go over the top. If you want to serve 12 people, quite simply just make 2. So everything that we've said for now, just double it all. All right, bring the pastry over. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave a 3 centimeter edge, because what happens is it actually puffs up and creates a beautiful, delicious pastry with a fruity filling. A hazelnutty, raspberry, sugary, vanilla-y thing. I had to try and think of all the words that are in it. Raspberry's the main thing though. Alright. And the hazelnut meal, of course, too. So hazelnut meal sort of gives it that obviously that nutty taste. Alright, as you can see, I've sort of made a paste with it. Okay, now a 3 centimetre border. I really should go and get my tape measure. That is that far. So what we're going to do, we can actually make a invisible barricade if we wish. There you go. Measuring is not just for in a workshop. If you're going to do what I'm doing now, try not to go too deep with it, obviously. Look at that. That's a genius move, that is. That'll probably perforate it up a bit more. You can't see it, but there you go. Just see the bottom there. Alright. Brains. Alright. In we go. Build yourself a sandcastle in the middle. Like literally a sandcastle. Just chuck it all in the middle. Place it all, I should say. Look at that. Alright. Try and spread it to the edge. Yes, I've had a few late nights, so the night I was supposed to do this, I didn't get home till later than I wanted to. And because I'd already had dinner, I couldn't be bothered making just a dessert. And after the disaster with the hamburgers, they weren't a disaster, they were fine. Previous episode. I didn't get sick from them, so that was a relief. I sort of had to get up early and get going the next day, so I had a course to do. And then I went visiting, which is good because there's people that I had to visit that I haven't seen. Okay, so that is perfect. Alright, so scatter raspberry mixture. Carefully pleat edges of pastry to decorate. Carefully pleat. I have a puzzled look on my face if you could see me right now. I'm just going to get a fork. That's crimping. But you know what? That is the weirdest thing I've been asked to do. Pleat. Alright. We'll just go like... I guess it's just so that it looks fancy. As long as no one's judging me on this, it doesn't need to look too fancy. Alright, just give it a pretty crimp with the fork. Oops, that's stabbing it. It's pretty hard to get into it. Alright, there you go. That's not a pleat. That's a crimp. Anyway, beautiful. Brush with egg. I figured that was coming up. Alright, get handy brush ready. Okay, so we're brushing the edges. All this does is this just helps it go golden. I had one of these at a cafe a while ago, but it was blueberries. Obviously not this big, by the way. It was so nice. I think that's why I sort of said I'm going to try this one, because I thought this will be really good. You're going to cut this into 6 when you serve it, so don't stress. It's going to be easy to cut into 6. Just whether you want to share it or not, right? Okay, that is beautiful. Oops, I've got yolk on me too. All right, sprinkle raspberry mixture with the sugar. So we're putting more sugar into the sugar. Okay. That makes sense. More sugar into the sugar. Okay, when we put this in the oven, 25 minutes until golden and cooked. Don't stand there for 10 minutes and go, can smell it, it's burning, but I can't take it out of the oven. What a waste. If you did sort of like a cost breakdown on how much it actually costs to make this, keeping in mind I had to buy pastry because I didn't have pastry. I didn't have frozen raspberries, and I didn't have hazelnut meal. They are 3 of the most expensive things to buy. All your other stuff like your eggs, you've always got eggs. Should have if you're cooking. Caster sugar, flour, you always have. Vanilla essence, you always have. Eggs, you always have. And brown sugar. So you don't want to be wasting it. All right. I'll see you in 25. I could smell it, and I was right. And it had about 4 minutes left. So thank you for watching this episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. This has been Raspberry Galette. I really hope you enjoy it, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.